Hello, Fredlings. I'm Claude. We are here for real people through real creativity in real time. Fredlings never give up, and I want on you. And today we're back with another live stream of Fred's Superflat Hardcore Challenge. And today we are going to be working on our tree farm, going a little bit of fishing, and doing a little bit of tedious trading all in one live stream and a little bit with slime. So let's just get started and let's get on to it. And let me give you a little bit of an update of what has happened from last stream, which was yesterday, to today. So let's just go to music. Let's go to 25, and then we can do the music at 60-ish. The mobs I did turn up a little bit. Let's turn those back down just slightly. Friendly mobs are probably fine right about there. And then we should be good. So what do I do from last stream to now? Let me just give you a little bit of a rundown because some things I just couldn't do. Wandering trader, break. Wandering trader, wandering trader. Where's my emeralds? Where's my emeralds? Break. Wandering trader's here. What is the wandering trader going to sell us today? It's been like 3 or 4 streams since he's shown up. Black dye. That could be useful. The coral block could be useful. The sea pickle is useful. Let me take that back. It is useful. But he gave us an oak sapling. Ugh, that's so unfortunate. All right, I'm going to buy one of the coral. I'm going to buy one of the black dye. And then I'm going to buy the rest sea pickles. And I could just buy the logs of pale oak, but I don't really need them. Now, is there a lily of the valley? Do we have lily of the valley? No, but I don't think it's that worth it. And these, like, I don't know how useful this is either. So I'm just going to buy 2 of those. I think those would be useful. Then we're going to yeet him back to his, we're going to yeet him back. Oh, he just got shot by his own guys. We're going to teleport him back to his spawn so the wandering trader can come back again. So we're just teleporting him to his spawn. So he'll be right back. Now, the reason why I wanted these sea pickles, I don't know if they grow. I think they do grow, but I could be wrong. Sea pickles produce light, and that gives us a better option of putting lighting stuff up instead of using, per se, how do you call it, torches, or sea blocks. So that's why I wanted them. And plus, we are actually going to be fishing today, so it actually is going to all work out here in a second. But apparently last time I did not train the llamas, so we are going to grab the llamas. We are going to tame them. We've had 3 wandering trader spawns. Each one had a good sapling. This past guy obviously didn't have a good sapling in it. Well, the first time I guess he didn't give us a sapling either, but maybe it was just a birch tree or something. Is he tamed? He's not tamed. The longest part is getting these guys tamed. Make sure you get them tamed or they'll teleport away. I always forget that is a thing. So let me explain what I've done on the last live stream. So the last live stream I AFK'd and I farmed at my cobblestone generator for quite some time. I wouldn't say like for hours on end. I would say maybe about an hour. Because our crops, I did 2 harvests of them, and I literally just harvested them before I live streamed. I actually got home from work, and then so I was sitting at home. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. I was making a plan. I was making my planner, and I was AFKing, knocking out cobblestone. Now I almost did die to a zombie, so I did extend this fence out. I did want to mention that. So we should be relatively safe in that area, but I almost got killed by a zombie. Could have been a creeper. But it was AFK breaking blocks, and this is how much cobblestone we got. And then I did 2 grows of the farm. So we have more than enough stuff. And speaking of Zach, as I have so many things to ask Zach, so many questions to ask Zach, and plus, one of our llamas has disappeared. So I don't think I'm going crazy. I think our llamas are getting killed by things, and I'm not paying attention to them, and they're just dying. So, because or I'm just not taming them. But there are our pink llama is gone. And the pink llama was here, by the way, because I did see the pink llama earlier when I was AFKing, and now he's gone. So those guys for sure are tamed. All four of those people are tamed for a fact. But yeah, I was just sitting here AFKing. I brought over all my pickaxes. And like I showed you guys the other day, or if you're curious, so just hold this down, press F3 and T at the same time, or you reload your thing. And whatever you're doing, if it's right-clicking or left-clicking, it doesn't matter. As long as you're doing right-clicking or left-clicking, if you do that mechanic, it will automatically literally just have you mine this spot indefinitely. So until you tab out and you go somewhere else. So, Zach, we did just get ourselves a wandering trader that came by. Unfortunately, he wasn't really too good. We got 5 sea pickles and 3 coral choruses. But you know what that means? It actually means something really, really nice, because that's what we were going to go do today, which was actually go fishing, huh? We're going to go fishing. I said I was going to fish for at least one day, roughly about 10 minutes. So what I need to do is I actually need string. I don't think I have string. I was gonna fish, but I actually wanted to have a fishing thumbnail, which I don't know why I didn't do that. I put it as this, but I also did want to work on this farm here too. So unfortunately, oh yeah, you know why I couldn't get the thumbnail? Because I didn't actually have a fishing rod, so there was no point in me sitting in, getting a thumbnail for that. Also, I wanted to do some trading too, but I guess we'll do some trading real quick, because I do need specifically a zombie, or sorry, not a zombie. I need a spider to go somewhere. I don't know if this guy's gonna reset his trades there, but I'm gonna grab some money from him while we're here. And thankfully, that's why we kept extra. That is literally the reason why we kept extra money around, just in case if he showed up. So I do want to keep these emeralds for if he shows up again while we're not here. So let's keep about 25 emeralds, if not a half stack when we get a half stack. But we did get sea pickles, black dye, which I don't think, like I said, I don't think we needed the black dye, but we have it. And I'm going to try to sleep before the skeleton tries to yeet me, which he still is probably going to yeet me. But I wanted these sea pickles so we can come inside our little place down here, and we can start making this look like an ocean. You see there's some light in here? Holy crap, I forgot they can actually swim. Hold up. We need to get out of there, and we need to run. We need to run, and we need to kill some spiders. Get some stringy poo. I didn't even make a shield. I have not made a shield in this series, and the reason is because I don't think we really need to do combat as much as some people might think. So I just want to preferably not ruin half my screen. Speaking of ruining half my screen, you see how all these things are popping up on the right-hand side? I'm starting to get really annoyed by that, even in my single player world. If I die, I don't care. It is what it is. Maybe I can keep directional audio on, or I put it on. But, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, off the last stream, I did 2 grows of the food. And then I did some other little things. Harvested the cobble. But one of the big things that I did, which was taking a lot of time, and I wanted to save some of the more dangerous stuff for on stream, is something what I'm going to show you right now, actually, before they load in. So what I've been doing off stream, it hasn't been anything super crazy, but I realized the other day that if you place water down, the slimes do not spawn. Now, I'm not sure which ones are slime chunks and which ones are. This is definitely, I thought was a slime chunk, but nobody's spawning there. Which could mean that that isn't a slime chunk. So I don't want to put anything in there now, but what I've been doing is I've been putting water down so that these slimes do not spawn. Now, it's just a slowly but surely thing. Eventually, it'll be filled in. But this one definitely over here is for sure a slime chunk. But the slimes can bounce themselves out like I just did. So I've been just kind of putting in water as I go, prevent them from spawning. Maybe it is a slime chunk, But I just want to keep putting those in there. Eventually, we're going to have that all worked out. But you might be asking, Claude, why don't you just put in the it takes 3 sticks and not. Oh, goodness me, I got to go back. I got to bring wood. I got to keep wood here. That's a good reason to keep wood on you. Where's the pink llama? You should use a slime block instead of dirt blocks for scaffolding. They are much easier to break. You know, that is a good idea. But unfortunately, there's no slimes in this world, so... Oh, man. Maybe I'll think about it. Maybe I'll think about it. But maybe the other one's a slime chunk, too, in the back. I don't know. I want to take a look and see where these guys are spawning. It kind of stinks. I'm not putting the coral blocks down yet, and we didn't actually need to buy that black dye, considering we can just fish out black dye. I thought we could do that, but I just wanted to make sure that, you know, if it did come by, it is what it is. So, but at least we got that checked out on stream. Thankfully, the villager came on stream and didn't come off stream, because then I would have had to stop playing. I don't like stopping the play. But we'll fish until the nighttime comes, and then we'll start working on some of our other projects. If you guys didn't know, Zach Daily Games is going to be live streaming here in about an hour and 15 minutes. While he's doing... Well, I will be ending my stream when he goes live, so that I can eat dinner. Yes. So, yeah, that's what's going to be happening here. You know, earlier today I went to Pop's Beef. Now, I haven't eaten Pop's Beef in a very long time, but it's their 46th anniversary or their 47th anniversary, and they do these deals in March. And every Monday in March they have a deal. The first Monday was it was $2.50 hot dogs, maximum of 3. The second Monday, which I didn't get the hot dogs the first day, Monday. The second Monday in the month, which is this one, I went out there specifically earlier in the day and I bought them and I put them in the fridge because I knew I was going to be out at a baseball game. I didn't know how long these baseball games were going to take, and I just wanted to blah, 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 blah. And then and I wanted to stream, so I didn't know if I would have a chance to go out there if they sold out. So I got 3 hamburgers for $2.50. I gave one to my dad, and I have 2 left for me. They were smelling so good, and I'm going to be eating that while Zach is playing some City Skylines or Minecraft. I got 2 of those hamburgers, and then I went and bought gas. Oh, sorry, let's keep going on the deals. The third deal is next Monday is Italian sausage on a bun for $3.50. The week after is... No, it's meatballs next week. No. Yeah, it's meatballs or Italian sausage. One of the next Mondays. Both, I think, for $3.50, and the final one is a 6-inch beef sandwich for $5.50. The last one, so all limits of 3. So definitely want to be taking some deals on that. I think, depending on if the meatballs are all beef or not, I will get them. And depending, the Italian beef sandwich, I'm definitely going to get too. To get a hamburger anywhere nowadays will cost you a ton of money. So for them to be that cheap, I am very, very excited. Now, I have been all over the place, and a lot of things have happened. I guess I will talk about this now. Unfortunately, one of the pro baseball teams that I work for has decided to, unfortunately, get rid of their producer / camera / director crew, and decided to go robotic cameras that are remote controlled from a different country. Sorry, not a different country, a different state, by a person in a studio because it is cheaper than doing a media crew. So I did want to give a massive shout out. Sorry to all my media people. It has been an absolute pleasure, but it was a pleasure directing you. It has been a pleasure being your producer. It has been a pleasure being a camera op with you when I was switching out with another guy, great friend of mine. But yeah, unfortunately, we all pretty much lost our media jobs. Now, there will be other jobs for us in the place. For example, like music, the stadium music, the video board, usher, concession stand, but not a lot of those are media related. So it's very difficult, very frustrating. I understand if I was the owner of the team, if we had a good media crew and we actually had a good broadcast and a good thing, I would actually fire my entire crew as well, because if it's going good, you have to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have three things. If you fire your media crew that's doing good, maybe I shouldn't say this. Now I'm not going to get hired back. They're gonna terminate my contract before the season even starts. But long story short, yeah, it's just disappointing and upsetting. So don't clip that. Don't send that to my boss. It is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, that was upsetting news. Did cover two baseball games for different companies today. It was awesome, very exciting. Didn't think they were gonna win, but they did win. They didn't realize they were the away team on the scorebook, but they were, because the main school that they did play um, got mudded out. So they just decided to play it here. Doubleheader. So I got a story out of that. So I'm going to work on that later tonight. I was going to work on that when I got home, but I was like, I wanted to stream, and I wanted to try to stream before Zach streams so that I could have like a segue. So if people, Liam gets upset, you're like, no one told me you were. I love you, Liam. But, then I could tell him to go jump and watch over there. Plus, I'm kind of hungry, and I just wanted to stream before it's too late. Liam, Zach says, did you make any new goals for the new year? I started using a planner to write down my schedule. I actually did. I actually had a bunch of goal lists last year, but I was so disorganized last year, and I was so not mentally here in this world that I just kept making new goals, and I just kept getting down, and it was very tough. I kept making stuff and I kept progressing. Don't get me wrong, I still was progressing as a person, but it wasn't like I was accomplishing my big goals. I was not. I was accomplishing little things, so I had to change my stuff around, do different skills, different things, blah blah blah. But I did, to answer your question, I did write your top 10 goals down already. And let me read some of the some of the non-big things on here, but I'll read some of them out loud. One of the first, number one goal is redacted. Number two is redacted. Number three is redacted. Number four is partially redacted. I'm going to say number four goal of my thing is to make an X amount of money per month. So, yeah. Number five is to get a LLC for something specific. And I don't know how to do it, to be honest with you, but I think I go to the IRS website or I go to the state of Illinois. And I think the Attorney General would give that out, or if I got to go to the IRS and get an LLC license. I'm not entirely sure. Also, it is that's all I will say right now. Number six is, my number six goal is to sell a certain amount of advertisements, so partially redacted. Number seven is to weigh 215 pounds. For 20, these are my year goals, by the way. These are not my I want to kill some more spiders to get more string. See, I don't know which ones are slime chunks or not. But yeah, that's definitely a slime chunk. You saw that big fat guy just spawn in there? That chunky monkey. Now he won't ever spawn in here ever again. The one thing about doing this water trick is these guys have to be spawning there too. Is like I said, these guys can come over and jump over to the side, and I don't want that to happen. Now we did get a drowned in here. I don't know if I want. I think they dropped Nautilus shells still. I could be wrong. They did actually add the Nautilus in the game. So maybe not. I don't know. But that's enough fishing for today. So we'll just dump all that stuff in there for now. And I'm just trying to get this water all situated. Yep, they definitely spawned in that chunk. You saw that? But it could be it can be dangerous in here. I'm trying to put these waters in the right spot so when we come back, I can just, you know, fence it off. Because I don't want to build something there or build a farm there and, you know, get screwed by those guys. So that's why I'm putting the water there and keeping the fences around it. That's the same thing with this church. I was starting to get annoyed that these guys were sitting over there. And eventually, even without the water, eventually those guys would pop themselves over and start to yeet me out of existence. And that just started to annoy me a little bit too much. So I wanted to, you know, try to get rid of them. I also added a few more water buckets here so I can just finesse water a lot easier. But, you know, actually the one thing that I want to do now, actually before I start working on that farm specifically, is, you know, I don't ever have wood anywhere. I have a whole bunch of sticks in the other chest, but I need to make a couple shovels so that we can, I need to make more than a couple. I need to make like a few of them. Let's like make 6 of them. Make 6 shovels, and I want to grab some dirt. But yeah, I just started hating those slimes, just making those slopping sounds so close. Now it's actually really relatively quiet. So I did add some water around here and on the church. Now some of these guys do spawn on the church, and I didn't have a chance to look at it. I did actually make I actually made the stone too. That's another thing that we could work on. Okay, I got a lot of stuff to do here in these short amount of time. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to knock down this fence, and I wanted to make this fence go as far as it possibly needed to go. And I didn't grab the hoe, but it's fine. We're going to figure it out here in a second. So I wanted to make a huge farm. I want to rope that off, which I might do off stream if I don't have enough time here. But I wanted to make a mega farm because I have so many extra seeds. So we're going to kind of take a look and see where we can go with this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the water there. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and I put it on a 5. So there's another water that goes right about there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Water there. And then it should probably wrap up right about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be the end of the farm for now. It eventually, I'm looking at like plantation size, especially with there's no slimes in this area. It would be really hypocritical of me for not putting just a massive farm that goes from there all the way to like there. But we're gonna be placing more stuff down, and then I'm keeping the water in there, and I'm gonna eventually put you know, just so that they don't spawn. And we're going to rope it off too. Because eventually maybe I'll want to build something, and I don't want to build it in a spot where slimes can spawn. Now, I'm not sure if slimes can spawn on crops / tilled ground. But I'm not taking that risk for them to come in here, because that's the reason why I started doing the water over there. Is because they literally came in, and they literally just started slopping all over my crops. And they started ruining them. So I just wanted to get rid of them and get rid of that. I also want to give a massive shout out to this cobblestone farm that has been our little lifeblood for a little bit. And I wanted to get rid of that as well and just knock this down so we can make a really, really big farm coming in here soon. So we're going to knock this down right here. But, oh yeah, I forgot I was talking about my goals. So my 7th goal was to weigh 215 pounds this year. I was all the way down. The biggest I ever was at one point was 230 pounds. I got myself down to 165, I believe. It was 162 162, maybe about 165 roughly. I actually had abs, which was crazy. And then I just mentally let myself go and I got lazy and I wasn't psychologically all there and I had a little bit of not like any like mental problems, but I just couldn't lock in, you know what I'm saying? Like just for the record, I didn't have any mental problems. But if you do have mental problems, go talk to somebody, blah blah blah. You know the dealio. But not like that. I was just like just couldn't lock in and then I gained I think I was up to 254 pounds. Oh my god. And I am now back down to I weighed myself today. I'm back at 231 today. So from the thing and healthily eating as well and working out constantly. So yeah, that's my seventh goal. My eighth goal was to redacted, which is technically something that it's a little different. And then my ninth goal is to write 10 articles a month, which I have already completed 2 months of that. But I think as of tonight, when I write this, I think I'm like one article away from doing already at 30 articles in a month. Or sorry, 30 articles in 3 months, which is not true, by the way. I think I've written about 45 to 50 articles in the year already, but I'm only doing 10 because some months can be really slow. Number 10 was to get a redacted card, and I got that the 19th day in the month, and I applied for it on the first day of the month. And then I got number 11 completed, which was redacted, but it is I completed that goal on March 6th. Now, I can tell you some of these goals a little bit later on, but just at this time, I can't say it and go in depth because some things are confidential, redacted information. But yeah, so my goal is to get down, get a nice healthy weight, and I put my goal at 215 because last year my goal was to get to 230, and I couldn't cut any pounds down because I just couldn't mentally lock in. And it's crazy. 3 months of actually locking in, I actually am almost hit my last year's goal. Now it takes a lot. Takes a lot of mental will to do losing weight. And I know the older you get, it is harder to lose weight. So you need to build these good fundamentals up children and teenagers as early as possible. I don't want to have any lifelong diseases if I can prevent them. So hoping that this time I get back down to, I'm not saying I want to get back down to 165 with abs again, but I do want to get down to maybe like 185. That would be preferable. You know what I'm saying? Zach says your goals are more redacted than the Epstein files. Yes, I would say that the percentage wise is there. Now, eventually I'll be able to tell you guys some more of these goals, but some of these things you gotta wait for them to curate over a couple months, and then you can say them out loud. Then you kind of get that realization that you actually finally done it. You actually finally did it. Because some of these goals are technically complete, but if somebody wants to bail out of their commitments, like I was talking about earlier, specifically of jobs, they literally pretty much fired the entire media crew and giving it to one director in a different state, all the control, and letting robots run everything. I heard on the CBS Radio Chicago today when I was going up to work. I don't know what it was, but I think it was a financial firm. They decided to fire, out of their 8,000 employees, they fired 4,000 employees this last week or yesterday. 8,000 people in our great country have lost their jobs. Sorry, not 8,000. 4,000 of 8,000 lost their jobs to AI from one company alone. Isn't that crazy? It's getting scary. I don't have any beef with AI. I use AI on my personal things, I don't use Claude, by the way. I'm not an endorser of the Claude app. Unfortunately, they don't give me the licensing fee for that. But by the way, all these AI products like Claude or ChatGPT or all those products, I guarantee you guys are getting used to them now. You guys are getting used to them now. There are going to be so many advertisements on those AI sites. You are going to be cringing out of your mind. Just you wait. That's a guaranteed fact. There's going to be so many advertisements on those sites. You're going to ask Chat one question. You're going to ask Claude one question. You're going to ask Gronk one question. And the next thing you know, you're going to have to sit through and you're going to have to watch a 30-second video to get one response. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. Just you wait. So keep that in mind, all you Chat GPT addicts. I don't think AI videos are, but yeah. So that is all good. That is going to happen. Now I use AI, like I said, but it's very upfront. I don't know. It's just our time in evolution and our time in our life. Growing up, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a cop for a very long time, and probably should have been a cop because I would have probably made a lot of money. Probably would have made a lot of money by now, but I mean, of course, the first years of being a cop, you don't make anything. Plus, every day of your life you might get killed. That's also a risk too. But when I figured out the media path in my life, I was like, there's not too much crazy. And when my teacher and my professors were talking about, oh yeah, our entire lives we were using analog, and then everything switched to digital back in 2006, 2004, 2008, roughly around that time. You kind of just thought that it was going to stay digital forever, and it is still digital. I mean, obviously we're streaming on digital, and digital has gave me a lot of successful outlets in this life, just not only to express myself through streaming and playing video games, etc., but I mean just discovering people, watching people, learning things, blah blah blah. But it has the media has progressed far behind even our professors even thought of 4 years ago. The going AI was around for a very long time. AI has been around since the 60s, but AI has progressed so fastly and became free, or eventually will be sticking with advertisements, which will be coming soon. I promise you, within the next couple of years, we're going to get ads. Claude, no. Look at TikTok. TikTok used to be an ad-free site where people used to go on. Now there's an advertisement and people are trying to sell you something every 3 seconds on the app. And it makes sense because you get paid for it. And I don't blame them for doing that. Everything's going to change. But right now, becoming a media professional, and I say this on the stream, and I'm not upset about it, it is becoming more and more difficult. Sports production and sports stuff does not need to be a thing. The Chicago Tribune is down to 3 full-time employees for sports writers. The Washington Post literally cut all their sports writers last month or the month prior. These are long-time institutions that are getting smaller. Live streaming and all these other different outlets and these assets for these companies, it is getting smaller. Like I said, there's a league that decided to cut all their media crews out of the 17 teams. They were going to do 18 of 18, but there were 17 that said yes. One said no, and that was the one that I worked for, and I'm very thankful for them for doing that. But they cut all their people. And now this company got even bigger over that last year, got rights to the other league, and are now cutting everybody over there as well. Now there will be still other jobs, like I said, you can be an usher, you can be a concession stand person, you can do the music, you can do the video board, but you went to school to be a director, you went to school to be a camera operator, you went to the school to be this, and now you are. So it's unfortunate. It is what it is. But I think that if I had a company, which Zach is asking, and I'm going to answer his questions here in just 1 second. If I had a company, first off, I would need to figure out how to get an LLC, which I need to stop being lazy and actually just go and do it. But if I had a company and I had physical people coming there, I would give them a job and I wouldn't throw it under. Even if it was a part-time job, even if it was a contracted position, I can understand a budget cut because, you know, you don't have enough money, but I would not replace them with freaking AI. We are trying to get skills and keep going up. At this point, the best idea to get into the media industry is to be a athlete that decides to want to be a commentator or a camera operator because you already have the ins. What's up, LZ Edits? Thanks for coming out. Zach Daily Games has asked a few questions. I have used my physical planner. I've actually been using consistently my physical planner for actually the last, I don't know, ever since I was in community college, I've been using a physical planner. But the last 3 years, I've gotten the exact same planners, and I've been using them every single day for everything. I've been trying to use Google Calendar as well, but I keep forgetting to put stuff in there. But I'll sit down every once in a while, and I'll put in like 50 events and then go. I know you're supposed to do them as you go, but unfortunately, that's not what is, I haven't been able to do it as I go. There's sometimes you just can't even think. You're already going to the next thing, and there's blah, blah, blah. But I do write a lot of things down on pieces of paper and things, and I keep my papers very organized, very legitimate. By the way, Zach, we did actually do a 50-50 on this farm. Sorry, it's not really 50-50. It's more like a 20% 50, I guess, or 20. LZ, thank you so much for the subscription. LZ Edits, thank you for subscribing to the channel. We do a whole bunch of creative games, as well as sometimes we'll do some shooters and some sports games and that sort of stuff. So stick around for the ride. We do a lot of variety stuff here on this channel. But Zach Daily Games told us to do the slabs, and so did somebody else told us to do the slabs. Slabs were Sith and Zach, and then Liam and Claude were blocks. It just didn't break the tie. So we're going to do all full blocks, and if we decide to go slabs in another outlet, we will come back and look at it. I just want to see if that grows on me. Haven't had a chance to sort of till the ground or cut the trees yet, so I want to see which side is better. So we do have a little section of that, and if we decide to like it, then we'll keep it there. I think the blocks are going to win out, though, because the only problem is with these taller trees, you're going to need to place some slime blocks or dirt blocks down to go up and knock some of those trees down. So yeah, that is the one problem of that, the slabs. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe not. That's why I did a little section of that there to see if it would be a problem or not. But yeah, that's my little rant for right now on that. I just heard that news today, and I'm like, it's not. It's sometimes doing some of the media jobs, it was worth taking an L on the bankroll because you were getting experience. But I mean, not like an L, like a massive L. Like it just wouldn't be worth. You weren't making a ton of money, but you were learning a lot of things. You were doing a lot of different skills. But when you're to do something that you don't want to do, it ain't worth it. Like doing in-studio music for a stadium and just a video board. Like, you did it before because, you were with a crew and you were learning things. Now, I don't know. It's not really, it's not really worth it. You can learn the video board in, like, a month. But, yeah, different things, different lives, different stuff. Why would you want to watch an AI streamer? I don't know. People watch AI streamers, and I don't get that. Like, I get what they want to be. Like, I seen the VTubers, which I understand that. I actually wanted to do a VTuber before I did a face reveal back in the day, if you guys don't remember. I actually wanted to be, not specifically be a VTuber, but I wanted to do that until I got a face reveal. But just more like the technology side of it. I was very interested in how you would have to draw each frame for your face and sync them up, and then link it to your webcam, and the webcam would track your face. I wanted to do that, and I'm not good at drawing, but I did like the challenge of that. But then I started realizing it started costing a little bit too much, and I didn't have the capabilities on my computer, so I kind of stopped that. I'm not going to spend money for something that I'm going to only use for a little bit. But yeah, I don't understand, like, it just doesn't make sense to me per se, but I understand it from an owner's perspective. Why hire a TV crew and keep those guys there when you could be saving money for your business? It's a baseball team's our business at the end of the day. You got to save as much money as you possibly can so you can get the best players you possibly can. mean, it's professional baseball. You got to get the best players, and then if you get better players, maybe you can hire those back. But you know, I can't blame the owner as well, because the owner also had another baseball team, and his other baseball team uses the robots, so why wouldn't his other team use the robots? You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. It wasn't like his other team had the robot people that don't live in the state do it. So why wouldn't his other team have that too? Which is a different state, different thing. So I get why it happened. I'm just slowly and surely those guys are going to get yeeted out. I'm hoping another wandering trader shows up, but until that happens, I kind of want to take a look and start trading some more of our food. So let's kind of organize ourselves here. I'm gonna get rid of some of these pickaxes as well. And I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of food. This has kind of like been my junk chest. Grab our beetroots. We'll throw all this stuff in here so we can carry as much food as we possibly can so we can sell it. Grab some potatoes. Grab some carrots. I want to keep the top row filled with seedlings in there, so I don't want to take them all. And then wheat. And you can see here, look at how much extra beetroot I had. I want to make the same thing as Zach Daily Games has in his World A. Automatic bone meal farm. But I need specifically more iron. Now, I'm not complaining about not having enough iron. That's just a project for a different day. Oh, you know what the project was? I was going to put buttons on that church. So that's what we're going to do right when we're done trading this. Hopefully this guy gave us a deal from us leaving to now. I don't think he did. Let's give him some wheat. Let's see if he gave us... Oh, no. You little son of a bling blong. Give me my wheat. Oh, my... You took my... You little... Good thing I didn't drop my emeralds. I know he would have picked them up. Oh my gosh, it's so... At least it was only 4, right? Oh, that's so annoying. Little thief. I'm not even like cheaping... I'm not even cheaping them out. I guess I was robbing his friend, technically. So I guess that was... I guess I was doing that. Like, I'm not even like there's not even super cracked. All right, we're going to leave this here for now, and we'll come back and start trading a little bit later. We have 44 emeralds on us, by the way, which I can keep trading with this guy. I guess that's what we'll do. I'll keep trading with this guy and see if we can get ourselves the diamond axe sooner than later. You know what? Let me buy an extra diamond axe, but I mean diamond pickaxe, not a normal axe. But that'll probably be the last normal diamond axe I buy for a minute, so then I don't have to worry about you know, just constantly coming back and forth. All right. We have 13 emeralds. I do want to keep a half stack eventually when a wandering trader comes up so we can just keep trading with him. But these will eventually be all turned into cobblestone. There's literally, that was actually perfect. They'll eventually be turned into cobblestone here. And then I do have, I guess I could buy emeralds from him and also rank him up instead of making things, but we'll worry about that in a second. So I did actually make some stone, which we're going to turn all that stone into button. That's the first time we made stone in this world, so that's why I didn't want to skip it if I didn't have to. And we're going to throw the axe in here. We're going to grab our tools back. Let's grab all of our little toolies. Grab some water. And then I'm going to grab my shovel too. Get ourselves lined up again. I'll grab a bed. I always like to keep the bed on us. That's just kind of our random grabbing chest. Okay. So I wanted to go into this church. And I have buttons, and if you don't know where we're going with this, we're going to go with it. Now, there are slimes that are still spawning in here. Now, I'm not sure if they're spawning inside here, but they're definitely spawning on the roof. And I don't want to get rid of the church or ruin the aesthetic of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to place buttons down. And buttons, if you did not know, prevent the spawn of any mobs on them, because it's like a slab. And this is just going to prevent any mobs from spawning. I actually had a perfect amount. Or I had one extra one. I don't think the top of the church was the problem. I think the bottom of the church was the problem. So we're going to have to put some buttons over here as well. But that'll prevent any mobs from or slimes from spawning. Obviously, the torches prevent the mobs from spawning. But we'll have to make some more stone things later. But they definitely were spawning and still jumping in here, then jumping out, then ruining my crops, and it was just infuriating me. I also want to take a look and get some more... Okay, nothing's spawning here, so that is definitely good, if I'm correct. What I do want to do, though, is I did want to move the water in one, because I actually have the fences exactly on the chunk borders. Now, when I was rushing while doing this on stream, I didn't place that in the right spot. So the slime chunk is this for sure. So eventually, once I put in the actual fences to go around this, it'll be perfectly fine. Should be fine, at least put it that way. Zach says there was a stone cutter in one of the villages you left behind. Oof. I didn't think about that. Oh, I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to go find it. Now that you said that, I'm going to have to go find it. Dang it. Well, I guess we'll figure one out later. For now, I guess I'll keep smelting cobblestone. It's not like we have a shortage of cobblestone. Especially with me AFKing at it, so. Oh, you know what? Let's keep bringing some more food over to the villagers, and let's keep doing some trading. We have so much extra stuff. Wow, is that it? I did 2 grows, and that was all I got? That was like nothing. Hold up, I need to keep... Oh, goodness me. That's why we're making a bigger farm. I'm trying to do this all before you start streaming. Oh, there's so much stuff to do. There's always stuff to do in Minecraft. There's never not enough to do. That's why I saw a video the other day, and they said, you know, when the Minecraft world ends when you beat the end. And apparently on the Dream SMP, their last episode was them beating the end, and I didn't know that. You know, Dream, I'm going to watch after Zach's done streaming. He released the 6 Hunters episode, so please do not spoil it. I'm going to be watching that after that. I'm looking forward to watching that. He always does phenomenal videos. Oh, my stomach is, like, killing me, bro. I'm, like, famished. All right, let me grab some chips or something. I'm starving. Never mind. I got something even better than chips, even something even more healthy than chips. There was pre-packaged watermelon. Well, somebody cut the watermelon up and then pre-packaged it, like in my family. I think it was my dad. So I actually have some watermelon. Watermelon, some water, and a stream. Now I don't have to end the stream early to go eat. All right, perfect. We're getting some more emeralds. Get some stuff going. Even with the... At least I actually grew extra beetroot. Because I wasn't going to do that. But I mean, like... We are making a bigger farm ASAP. Bigger farm. More crops. More emeralds. And go from there. Yes, I can trade these guys and I can cure them and all that. But I can't cure them all because I actually don't have... I actually do not have, like, what you call... Oh, we have a whole bunch of hoes. I keep forgetting that that's what was one of the guys' trades, so we don't actually have to buy any. See, like, there has to be another slime chunk around here somewhere. Okay, what I wanted to do was keep half my emeralds with myself as a villager, wandering trader shows up thing. Dream is a cheater. This is fake news. The fakest of news is... But the 50 other ones we can go and we can sell that. I saw a video you sent in my Discord. I didn't have a chance to watch it, though, Zach. But I will watch it. But I'm watching it after I watch The Hunter 6. This watermelon's so good. I gotta be eating watermelon on stream all the time. Instead of drinking water, eat some watermelon. I am drinking water. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so I put in... did I put all the emeralds together? Yeah, the 54 is what I'm going to trade away. 54 is what I'm going to trade away. And then the rest I'm going to do is, I don't know. I'm not thinking that far ahead. Is he anything else? I'm like one emerald away from getting another axe. But slowly but surely. All right, let's grab a whole bunch of hoes. Because I don't know how many I'm going to need. But I'm going to need a lot of them. Grab my axe. And grab some water. And then I'm going to place another infinite water source here. Just so I don't have to go as far. Grab this, my brother. Grab that. Grab some water. We're going to make a mega farm. But there still will be a limit, as you're going to find out in a second. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I have a water source hiding over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, see? This is why you pay. This is why you mark stuff. I knew this looked off. I could put a water source block down here. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Don't think I'm going to do that at all. I know it's probably more wasteful to do it like this, but I want it. I want it like this. Then we'll eventually bring that fence all the way down. That's why you check things. Now there is a what's it called? I do have a hoe that has lost some durability on it. Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something's done messed up here. 1, 2, 3. I need to bring this over 1. See, I knew it. I freaking knew it. All right. Then this fence is going to have to go even though I just built it. But I didn't know if I was going to stream today. I wanted to, but I couldn't guarantee if I was. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess from here I can just copy and paste what I have set up going on. But there has to be another slime chunk. You see how this guy's like that close? Maybe they are just like walking around everywhere, but I don't know. Okay. We're just going to do you know what? Because we only got about less than 30 minutes left. I'm going to finish this section of the farm and I'm going to cut it. Now, if I decide to AFK later, which I really don't have time to do that, but if I do somehow manage to find that time, I'll move the water or the farm as far back as the sheep. Now, the one thing I do want to say too, which this is all coming full circle with that guy. I didn't think I was going to need these hoes, but, you know, I actually do need these hoes. In a normal world, you would just throw them all away, but, you know, that's why I don't throw anything away. That's why Justy Realm doesn't throw anything away. But, I will not be trading with the villagers until I get it on stream. You know what I'm saying? Until I set up a reliable stream with you guys and I show that, you know, this is our villager farm. This is how many, you know, stuff we get and this is how much we normally get. Because, you know, if I do it now and I sit here all night and I just stream and don't stream it, then people are going to be upset about it. Like, did you just spawn in all those emeralds? No. But if I, you know, I have to build that reputation with you guys, so we'll be looking at that eventually. My next kind of big project that I want to do is I kind of want to get more farmer villagers, and I want to get more. I want to get more farmers so that I can do more trading. So that's, I guess, our next big task. Now, I'm not saying that's happening the next live stream. I am not saying that is happening in the next live stream. But what I am saying is that it's going to be our next big project. And, yeah, it's a breeder. Like a villager breeder, too. But that's not the project I'm talking about. I'm talking about using these 2 or 3 guys that are still left in this farm or in our area. Or 2 or 3 villagers that are around and get them going. Not breeding, but literally get them to be farmers. Okay, we're going to take a slight break from this, and we're going to put some buttons on top of our church. Because I'm going to eventually have to keep coming back like this. Let's take 22 with us. I don't think we need 22. I think we need roughly 12, and I placed one down. It's 9 plus 3 plus 3 is 16. Maybe it's 16. Maybe I needed 16. But I did place one down, so blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure. We'll figure it. We're about to find out in 2 seconds. Where's the back of the church, brother? Did I not place a button down? Didn't I place a button down? Oh, I'm at the wrong church. Wait, am I losing durability on this by... Wow, did you know you break durability? Wow, I didn't know that. Because I'm not actually mining it. I was like, you know, if you break it with your hand doesn't lose durability. Oh, you know what? One thing, too, is this. That's just annoying the bling blowing out of me. That'd be not in the right spot. So we're fixing that as well. That, too. That's annoying me as well. We're here. We might as well fix it, right? Well, I guess I shouldn't fix it because... I don't know. We're fixing it. Screw it. We're going literally exactly with the border chunks. Might look a little weird. I don't care. Screw it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that feels so much better. That just feels better. Oh my god, that looks so weird looking up. I don't think I've ever used that looking up before. All right, so we got buttons on everything. So in theory, well, it's not in theory. I know it works because I did this with my, if you guys didn't watch, I actually did this with my, wither skeleton farm because I wasn't going to go fly around and find an absolute perfect wither skeleton farm. Found a pretty decent one. It probably would have been more efficient if I just found a better one, but I eventually just made buttons out of wood, out of netherrack, or whatever it was made, bricks, and just whatever the buttons were cheapest at the time. Made millions of buttons and I placed them down. Probably didn't actually come out to millions, but I made a lot of them. And then eventually, it worked out. Zach says, I think you missed a spot with the ground level. I'll take a look at that later. I'll look off stream and see if it's there. I did move some of the water around, and there was a spot and that filled in the gap. Maybe but I think that's what you're referring to, but I could be wrong. I mean, maybe it didn't fill in the gap, but I was moving some of that water around. If not, I'll look off stream. I'm trying to fill this in because I want to actually make something to eat and be able to watch or not. You know, what's it called? I don't want to just watch without food. I love watching, eating, and watching. So I got 2 cheeseburgers, 2 big cheeseburgers. I'm not gonna eat them both because I'm not gonna eat them both on the stream because I want to digest it. But in terms of like, I'll eat the other. Sure, if I'm hungry later, I'll eat the other one. But I'm not gonna eat them like in like 3 seconds. If that makes sense. That's what I was trying to go with. Oh, I'm so happy I bought all those hoes. I'm not gonna lie. That was like such a good idea that I didn't even plan out for. We're gonna have to put water down there, so those are gonna disappear. Definitely thought of that idea and didn't just think about it 2 seconds before. Didn't think about it like 2 seconds during the stream. I thought I was gonna have to make a whole bunch of hoes, but apparently I already had a whole bunch of them left. So those trading for all those cobblestone stuff and for all those it all worked out. Literally, it just did. That's just awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Should have enough here to finish this field. Now, what are we going to do in the next live stream? Not entirely sure. But I do want to get more farmer villagers, so maybe we'll do that. But I don't want to make any big farm. But I guess that would be our next one, is that. I think we're pretty good at this point to start. Once we get more emeralds and kind of just sitting there in the queue, I think the next guy that I trade for will be a weaponsmith. I think a weaponsmith would be the next best play. And see what he can give us. I think he'll give us a diamond sword for sure. We're not denying that he won't give us a diamond sword. He will. But I think a weaponsmith might also give us a diamond axe too with sharpness. I'm not really too worried, but I would rather... I never really played a series. I've never seen a series be played... At least for... Sorry, I have never played a series. I have seen many series of people play. But... where they just use axe as their only weapon. Like, of course, my favorite YouTuber of all time, Dream. I want to say Dream is my favorite YouTuber of all time. He does make really good content, though. But I would love to see, maybe I can just get rid of the sword and I don't have to worry about the sword and just use an axe. An axe isn't as good as a sword, of course, in terms of reaching, but it is pretty dang good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the water in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're just gonna... I know I put that there. It's gonna disappear. Well, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. It'll be fine. We're gonna live. It'll all be fine. It's not like I'm a surplus of hoes, okay? It's not like I'm only limited to one hoe a series, you know? It'll be fine, guys. But, yeah, let's go check and see if that button's gone, or if it got filled in with the water. And then I'm going to call it, and then I'm going to get ready, and we're going to go watch Jack Daily Games, but check out his YouTube channel. So that's filled in with water there, good. This, I think, is all filled in as well, which there was a single block that was there. So that's what you're talking about. Oh, no, you're right. How did I miss this? Well, we're going to put 2 buttons down. That's going to stop them. We could also put water there, too. I'm going to put the buttons down because I actually don't have any extra water. Claude, you can move the water 1 over. It's okay. It's okay. We're not moving the water over 1. I'm grabbing this brewing stand, even though I can't use it. I'm going to leave these torches in here. You know, screw it. I'm putting the brewing stand back. I like to keep the stuff with the stuff if I don't have to. And, eventually I'll put a door here, but I don't really need to put a door there now because, you know, I have the room to just kind of run around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read these comments and then I'm eating. I keep saying that I'm going to do that, but it's been an hour stream. We got a lot of stuff done in an hour. But so off stream, I'm going to bring this fence all the way around and I'm going to go as far as the sheep. Now, I might not also do that. I might also not do that. So don't be upset if it's not done, but that is my eventual goal. So we don't do all that, but if we come back in the next live stream and it suddenly is there, you were at least given a heads up. I think you missed a spot. I like seeing all the progress in Minecraft. You got so much accomplished. Well, I appreciate that, Zach, and I appreciate you guys watching as well, because if it wasn't for you guys, then it wouldn't be as fun. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5. Maybe I can judge the depth here, so we can 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5. I think it did 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is probably as far as I'm gonna go, right about here. For now. So we'll bring this fence all the way down and all the way around and, you know, all that mumbo jumbo stuff. I actually started watching Mumbo Jumbo Hermitcraft season, the newest season that came out, whatever the season they're on. But I didn't get more than... Once they got out of the nether, that's where I stopped watching, because I'm like, you know, it is a really cool idea that they started in another, but I don't know if I want to. I gotta like really pay attention to watch that. So, but yeah, so we're gonna be working on that. We're gonna do all that sort of stuff. I do appreciate your guys' comments, Zach, for everything that you do as well. I do appreciate it. I did notice when I was AFKing here, and even when we were AFKing on stream, sometimes the blocks would glitch with the water and the cobblestone that was getting generated, and when it broke, it would actually sit in the lava, not burning alive, but it was on fire. So some of the cobblestone would sit in the thing, and I could pick it up. Now, once again, the cobblestone that was like that was like a total of 10 pieces over like an hour. But there was a glitch rate of that in this design that it was not burning in the lava, but it was on fire. And then this water stream down here too, with the cobblestone pickaxes, you really don't get too many down here. I've gotten 2 over an hour of streaming from earlier today, so it's not really with the cobblestone. Now, you want this big, because when you're doing it with this one here, you see we can reach all 4 of them. And eventually those blocks that don't fall will flow down here. Now, there is like every time I do this, I always feel like every time I'm working on this, I always feel like it changes up. Which just means it gets better and better. But apparently some blocks are getting stuck on there. And, you know, the blocks will get rotated over here and drop in there, like so. So, did I leave the emeralds? I did. I left the 30 emeralds. I don't know why I have these other emeralds on me. But I'm going to call the stream there. Thank you so much, Zach Daily Games, for coming out, and LT or LZ for coming out as well. I do appreciate it. Let's trade these away. Let's see if he gives us anything. Nope. Does he give us anything? Nope. We're getting pretty close. No, those are my emeralds. Those are my emeralds. Those are my emeralds. Oh my gosh. This is why you don't do random things at the end of the live stream, huh? Alright, we're going to have to wait till next stream. You're going to have to wait till next stream if we get the thing. You're going to have to wait till next stream until we get the thing. Because I'm about to lose my emeralds to these guys. Love you guys so much. I'm Claude for Chicago. And remember, a real Fred Lane makes their own luck. Straight to the outro. No thank you to the Patreons. But I want to give a massive shout out to the Patreons anyways. Bye!